Welcome to SoulWhat, a SoulTopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hey everyone, how are y'all doing tonight? And welcome back to Soul What with Michelle Welch and myself, Roger Welch, and our producer, Matt Stoker. We did take a break last week because we were all super busy at Tide and wiped out. Are you still tired, Matt? Because I am.
I am. Yeah, I am still pretty tired, and I haven't really had a break since. It's been just a busy week after that, and I assume the same for y'all too. And we even took the week off after Tide, and I still came in, and I was like, man, I feel like I haven't been here in a million years. I've had so many things go on between now and then.
I think we had 2 days off and we jumped right back at it, right?
Right.
Getting ready for Newt Sim Reader Studio.
Yeah, I'm not tired.
Oh.
Oh, well.
That's a
I'm
first.
kidding. Yeah, I'm
What
tired.
the hell?
Well, I'm always tired. No. I just didn't work as hard as y'all did. No.
It was a busy weekend. It was a busy
busy
weekend.
Yeah, I think we had like 5 days straight with like 3 hours of sleep each night. And just kept going.
I slept.
Oh, shit.
No,
Must
it
be
was
nice.
a busy weekend and leading up to it, but it was worth it, right?
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun.
Right.
Get to see everybody. Meet some new people.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So what are we talking about tonight? Shift happens. Shift happens.
Shifts happen, and what that means for us, like in our everyday lives and globally, and why they're happening. Some reasons why they may be happening. So we're going to go over those two.
All right. So what you got?
Okay, you want to start?
All right, yeah. Here we
Okay,
go.
so why don't you just do an intro to that, Roger? What does shifts happening mean to you?
To me?
Yes, since you chose the topic.
Wait, I don't remember choosing this topic, but okay. I think what's happened is things that are abnormal, like the things that aren't say like 5 years ago is like, well, that didn't even make sense 5 years ago. Now all of a sudden it's kind of the normal of life. But what happened? What changed from that point in life and time to today, where these shifts have made drastic, major changes in?
Right.
So, it doesn't even really, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense of how it came about.
Right.
Something like that?
Something like that. And I think it's really what it means to you. It's used in a lot of terms, in different areas. It can be economic global shifts or global shifts in thinking. So to me, what we're going to talk about tonight is some reasons, some astrological reasons that shifts are happening, and maybe how it ties into what's going on in our world, which would be the shifts, and maybe why those are happening, even bringing up, if you think about the Mayan calendar, that everyone thought the world was going to come to an end, but the calendar kept going. So there are shifts, and we have kind of resets every, 2,000 years or so? Mm-hmm. And so is it maybe energy shifts can be a reset of sorts.
Right.
So we're going to talk about that. Matt, I'm going to bring you in. What does an energy shift mean to you? And I didn't even talk about the energy portion of it, but a global shift or an energy shift.
Well, I mean, I think it's to me, it's a little. It's not fair to say self-explanatory, but I think it's one of these things that you just, you almost don't even notice until once you're in it for a while. I think we could probably look back, at least a lot of us living here in the United States, and I know we're talking about a global shift, but if you just want to have it a little bit more localized, once you look back a few years, you're like, something changed in the last several years that things feel a little bit different. the conversations that you're having with people feel a little bit different. Politics feels a little bit different. Just relationships that you have with other people feel different. So, and it's hard to notice when that's happening, but I do think you can kind of feel it whenever after it's happened and say something changed several years ago to where everything just feels a little bit off, not the way it used to.
Right. And also some of that maybe, even though global shifts have happened, maybe even climate, because of climate or whatever, or the tectonic plate shifting, I mean, have happened forever. That these global or local shifts have happened, in theory, because they're in our face so much now, because of media and our access to so many things across the world, even in space that we can see, we're recognizing them more. So perhaps they affect us more, I would say. And then we start looking at, is our reality really our reality? Is our perception of reality really true? And then that makes us maybe some of us question our beliefs, our spirituality, and things like that. Or we dig more deeply into our faith and our spirituality if we don't question it. Because all of a sudden we find comfort in that because everything around us just seems like it's changing.
All right, so one of my friends from college, he had my favorite shirt of all times, and I should make one, and it said, "Stop Tectonic Shifts." He wore that shirt. He was a geology major, right?
Yeah.
He wore a shirt all the time and it said, "Stop Tectonic Shifts." And people would not, obviously, people did not know what that was, right?
Right.
And so we'd laugh about it. And then he'd get stopped all the time. "Stop Tectonic Shifts? How the hell do we do that?
How do we do that?
And his answer was always saying, "We stake it and put a rope in it."
Okay.
Pretty strong rope.
Yeah, real strong rope.
Yeah.
And so if we think about it, and I don't know that I would have known. If somebody just wore a shirt, I might be like,
Yeah, stop Tectonic Shifts.
you can't.
That's
You can't do it.
there's that old gag of protesting against dihydrogen oxide, which is water, H2O. But if you say it in that way, everybody's like, it's everywhere. It's in all of our
Yep.
it's in all of our drinking water. It's everywhere, and everybody falls for it.
Yeah. So these shifts have been happening. Civilizations have predicted things for a long time that may or might not happen. But what they're predicting is potentially, I would propose or opine, that it may be they're feeling some energetic shifts, or they're predicting. And when I say energy shifts, we said shifts happen. I think that for me, you just sort of feel like, Matt, like you said, there's a difference. But now that it's like in our face, and we see people just acting really uncharacteristic of themselves, and then throw in my argument from 2 weeks ago about how AI is affecting it and controlling what our group think and our thought, and helping us create thought forms, or maybe getting us to create thought forms, then the global shifts are even happening more rapidly. Yeah. But it's more global that we feel it. An example would be when, and this is sensitive, but when our people started coming back from Vietnam, right? Mm-hmm. There were shifts because all of a sudden what was happening across the world was in our face. Mm-hmm. And there was propaganda of how it was supposed to look, but then you started seeing some reality of how it really was. And the media didn't just, at that time, play into their typical role of, we're just delivering the facts and we're going to let you decide your opinion. Now, we don't have that anymore, right? We have this channel tells you what they believe, and this channel tells you what they believe, or station, right?
Right.
So, at least before, it would be in your face, but you were looking at pictures and you were faced with reality. Now you're being bombarded with, here's the pictures, here's what's going on, but am I really getting all the truth to it? And I actually talked to a good friend of mine. She is a profiler, and we've talked about her on here before. She was our keynote speaker, one of them at Tide. And she's become a really good friend of mine. We have a lot of common interests. And so she works on criminal cases and all kinds of cases and profiles. And she teaches you how you can do that with your tarot cards and things like that. Mm-hmm. Brandy Rochelle. And so we were talking about this today, and it's like, what do you think about it? And she actually sent us a quote. And Roger, do you mind reading that?
Not at all.
It's actually, she is such a good writer, you guys.
Yeah.
So,
So this is from Brandy Rochelle. Randy Rochelle. I'm Randy Rochelle.
Brandy.
Brandy Rochelle. She was actually one of our keynote speakers at Tide last weekend, so she was up here with us all week. She is a really good friend. But this is what she says. A large part of the shift we're experiencing is the people are being faced with having to question their reality and the state of our existence. We have what is called the truth bias, where we automatically assume that what we see and hear is the truth. However, as more scandals, deceptions, and illusions are revealed, particularly with the media and what we have faced since 2020, people are starting to question not only what they are being told, but also what they have previously held as a truth. Our ability to know what is happening on the other side of the world in real time, coupled by the constant bombarding of information, is forcing more people to reconsider their beliefs, personal truths, and their boundaries, while also compelling them to take action in their personal life and on the world stage. One could argue that our interconnected has been more evident to the common person in our modern times and is strong driving force in this shift.
Yeah. So, great writer. Hopefully she is going to write a book soon because she's fascinating, and her information's fascinating, and the work she does is fascinating. And she's going to be doing just to plug her work, she's going to be doing a certification class, and I believe it's going to be through here, to teach you how to, what she spoke on was reading people's motives with the tarot cards. And because she is a profiler, right? Yep. And what I mean by that is she literally will profile for cases. Y'all have watched those kind of shows where they use profilers. Well, that's what she did for
profiler.
She did that for a living. So she said that a lot of times she will use, if you want to hold this up, rainbow obsidian as an example, because we know, where there's darkness,
you can kind of see those colors. Actually, this piece is really good with the colors.
To see. So if you just see a rainbow, okay, there's a rainbow. But if you always saw rainbows, so, there's no distinction without comparison. If you always saw rainbows and that's all you ever saw, and didn't really have a time of being down, or that'd be great, right? But if it's always love and light and rainbows and happy, you might not appreciate those as much as when you come through a situation and you shift out of that, and your energy shifts, and you've been in maybe a little bit harder time, I'll say a tower moment, and then you have that rainbow that gives you and brings the hope and the promise of hope. So rainbow obsidian is a crystal that you could think of, or a clear crystal that has a rainbow, not heat treated onto the outside of it, but it actually, because of the pressure that the crystal has gone through, it's really the most beautiful crystal of all, because it reminds us of us when we're hurt, when we're broken, when we're sad, and we're pressured. We really come out with that rainbow, and that's the most beautiful thing, because it's all the things that we've gone through that when we come out of it, it makes such a beautiful representation, the crystal quartz, clear quartz of that. Because that rainbow comes about not because, this is the prettiest crystal. It comes about because it was the most broken crystal. It was the one that handled the most pressure and had the most fracturing pressure put upon it. So it's a great example of the shifts that we go through. All right. Yep. So where there's darkness, there's light, and vice versa. The polarity and duality of it. Right.
Yep.
Okay. So that's one of the reasons, and I think most people probably will tell you that they've felt it. You, Matt, you said yes already.
Yeah, and I think, even what Brandy said is worth pointing out. That I think there is probably a little bit of a bias for people living to think that they're living through unprecedented times. I think that's probably happened forever. But I will say, at least within my lifetime, within the last, call it 5-6 years, I think has been pretty unique in terms of being unable to determine what truth is. I think we are in. I was just telling somebody the other day. It feels like we are in a post-truth world where there's nobody can decide. Nobody can agree on what the truth is, and it is so easy to manufacture something that appears to be the truth and is not. Now, the flip side of that is we have access to more information probably than we ever have, and so it is just as easy to become educated. But a lot of people don't use it that way. So,
Right.
Obviously there is a balance there, but I do think it's worth noting that, yeah, like you mentioned with AI and with voice generators and all these other things like that, we are, I think, feeling the shift of people not being able to trust what they see anymore, and that's a hard world to live in, I think.
Yeah, I agree totally. And so it's hard to define, and we're in it already. Like I said 2 weeks ago, we're in it, and we are already being controlled, we know, to some extent by AI. Because like we talked, and we'll just listened to 2 weeks ago, that's when we already are being controlled by AI,
Right.
AI and regulating it. It's probably too late. Roger, that story you told last week, when the one AI robot figured out, it was smart enough that it figured out that it was like slave
Yep.
labor, or for lack of a better word, what was the word you used? Did you use that term?
Something like
We
that.
should.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term to use,
That's
but
what it was, though.
but it was
It shut itself down.
I heard it committed suicide.
Yeah, it did. It
Okay.
that's shut itself
Basic.
down.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it just made itself not work.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
turned itself off.
yeah, and one
And it
hired
crashed.
someone else, hired another AI, or
Yeah.
hired somebody
Yeah.
to
Hired a person.
Yeah, you
Hired a
hired
person
a
to do the
person,
job.
not an AI.
Yeah.
Right. So that all ties in because that shift, it could be, like I said then, somebody a lot smarter than me said it, Elon Musk. And I still am like, is he reptilian or draconian? I really want to find that out. But he said it's too late to regulate it because it's already controlling us. And it's not just because when you're talking about what happened to me today, I was thinking about something. What are you talking about? And then it pops up on my phone. I'm like, stop getting my head.
Wait, what was
Crazy
it?
AI.
Something I wasn't even looking at it. You didn't look it up. You were talking about it a couple of days ago, and it's been on my
thought it was
phone
just
for like
thinking
the
it.
last 3 days popping up. And you
Yeah.
were talking about it.
Well,
And
who
Mary
knows
and
what
Nikki
that was.
talking about their cruise, and then I get that cruise line advertised pop up, and I haven't even looked at it. And it's because we've been around them, and they're talking about their cruise going on Virgin voyages, and there it goes, pop it up.
So that's been going on a long time. So, but once it starts controlling our group think, that's when our group think
Doesn't
starts
that
creating
isn't that
thought
kind of
forms.
controlling you?
Yeah, it starts creating thought forms. And if you're not looking at what they want you to be looking at, AI, whatever, who's controlling that, then it will shift what they want to what you want to look at. They want you to look at.
Bigfoot.
But
Now I
so
said Bigfoot, so now
and
everybody's going to have their Bigfoot.
everybody's going to
pop
have
up
it.
on-
Well, y'all have it all
Bigfoot,
the
You
time.
know what? You know what I want to do for my birthday?
Oh, go
You're
on.
gonna love this.
Here we go.
We're gonna put this on everybody's phones now. I think I want to go for a Bigfoot hunt for my birthday. How
Yeah.
about that, Matt?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. I
Let's do it.
think
Y'all have
everybody should
fun.
join us on a Bigfoot hunt. Mm-hmm. Now that I've said it out there, everybody's phones heard it. Now it's going to start popping up these little Bigfoot camps and hunts and
Have
stuff on
fun,
everybody's.
y'all.
Yeah, I think that
You don't
want
want
to
to go?
I'm kidding. I'm
We're
not.
going
It
to-
depends on where you're going.
We're gonna find him.
East
If you're-
Texas.
That's where I'm from.
Actually, do you know
Go
Texas was actually, I saw a thing, Texas was number 4 for the most sightings.
Longview, Texas?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Longview is better than Dallas.
more likely to be
for
out there at least.
sightings.
Yeah.
Longview, East Texas. Hide
East
under the
Texas.
leaves all day, like I did. That's
Bigfoot
what Sasquatch
hunts.
is doing.
Apparently, I haven't been-
swear, we're going to find him under the leaves where I hid.
Someone I know went up to Broken Bow the other day, and like apparently that
That's a
town
place.
has just completely been overtaken by Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember it being that way, at least, but it seems to have exploded in the last several years. Of there's Sasquatch stuff everywhere.
There
up
is.
there. Which is, I mean, it's in that part of the country. That part of Oklahoma is.
I think we bought you a shirt from there.
I don't remember. Well,
that
maybe
that
maybe you
time?
did. I don't remember if it was from Broken Bow or from
Okay.
somewhere else. But yeah, there's it's all over the place up there now.
Yeah, I have a picture sitting with Mary and Nikki, and we're sitting with this big old Bigfoot. But speaking of, I get into my car, y'all, and we got to hurry. But I get into my car. I have never had one of those little smelly car scent things because your car should just smell good, right? So I get in, clean it. Roger. No, I'm kidding. So clean your car and it smells good. And so this little car freshener thing's hanging from my rear view mirror. And so it was Bigfoot. Who wants Bigfoot smell in your car? They stink. So I've been told. So I leave it to be nice.
I think it was coconut scented.
Oh, then I'd like coconut. But I leave it because I'm being nice, which is...
Till yesterday.
He was swinging. That thing
was
making me dizzy.
Oh.
It was making me dizzy. It kept swinging, like more and more and more. And I'm like, I'm going to puke.
Here's the funniest thing, though. If you'd taken the two vents from the AC and turned it and just hit it just right, it looked like he was running through the woods like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Uh-oh.
I did the camera.
Got the camera. Hold on.
You're very cute. But there you are.
We have plugged in a different camera here.
It is
We're trying out one that we used at Tide.
Roger
It's a tracking
did an
camera, so if you put
energy
your
shift.
hands up and motions up, it actually follows you.
Which I can get it back
by
in.
Roger.
Yes.
Well, should I do this? Because I
maybe.
want to be the star.
Let's see. I can get it back in.
There.
There we go.
Hi. No, it didn't
No,
work. I think it's because I'm
grab you.
waving.
yeah, it sort of picks up on it.
Come on now.
That's how it picks up. As hand
Oh
gestures.
my God! Why are we using this camera? This is
Because
Roger's
the other
idea.
no,
just
the
so
other
y'all
one
know.
was not
Okay,
cooperating.
so Roger, you can do the next one while we're messing with it. We'll do a staff pick. Why
All
don't
right,
you
so
do
we'll
that?
do a staff pick real quick. So
Explain what we're doing.
what are we doing? No, we actually asked members of our staff from the different locations, what is your favorite item for the week? So basically an item of the week from our staff. And so from our Bishop Arts location,
They're sucking up.
they picked the best item we actually have in the store, which is my Florida water. All natural Florida water that
you have
I
an image
actually
of it here?
won awards for. Yep, there's a picture of it. And that's a picture they took themselves at
Bishop
Bishop
Arts.
Arts. Yeah. And so they actually sell a lot of it down there. A lot.
So explain why this is so good.
Why this is different, it has no denatured alcohol. The alcohol I use in it is a 90 proof vodka, grain denatured alcohol, or not denatured, but a grain alcohol. So it's a vodka.
Why
and
don't you want to
distilled
use
water
denatured alcohol?
and essential oils. And the reason I don't use denatured alcohol, one, it is a little bit, it can be flammable, but it's also can be poisonous. So it can be toxic.
It's a
It can
carcinogen.
cause cancer, all types of things like that. So you can, that can be kind of the, using some of those different Florida waters or any of those, what they call waters, can actually create issues overall for you. So that's why this one is all natural. Like I said, essential oils, distilled water, and straight up regular vodka alcohol, 90 proof. It is not flammable because there's not enough of it to make it flammable, because we actually do have the water mix into it, distilled water, so it actually doesn't.
We'll try to get it to go, but
Okay.
it is being very obnoxious
Because if
right
I move, what it should follow me along over here. But then it's
now. You get a nice little tour of the.
Hey, so
Yes,
that
Michelle.
denatured alcohol, the Florida water has won a lot of awards. So the reason they win it has won.
Scoot over.
Okay, I will. So, but the reason it has won so many awards is because of the stuff you usually order. Now will the mic pick me up?
Yes.
Tell them about okay, so the stuff that you usually order the little skinny fancy bottles that a lot of people order, unless they've changed it because of Roger, I'm being serious, it contained denatured alcohol, and it is very, very bad for you. I'm going to get dizzy. So let's just leave it right there because I'm going to puke. Okay, so like that Sasquatch. Oh, my God.
Now that's doing its own on its
That's
own.
doing its own.
I think I'm gonna have to actually swap out cameras mid podcast here because this thing is going wild on us.
Okay, it's staying. Let me just try to make it stay. Okay. All right. So, item pick number 2. Let's get through this fast.
Here you go. Do this one,
Okay.
and you can talk about it.
So this
And I'll
is
hold it
from the Carrollton location, I believe. It's one of our bracelets that
Yep.
we're known for. Our bracelets. We've made bracelets forever, and they still sell just as well as they first sold. This
Just
one
like that.
is from Mary Gates. She's a reader here. She's also the when you're emailing SoulTopia for admin. And it's actually so much brighter and prettier than this picture. But it's the Soul Celine bracelet. It personifies life's constant change, dreams, reflection. It's your cycles, enlightenment, and even shifts, energetic shifts. It has selenite, which I love, moonstone, which I love, and mystic quartz. It's really a lot prettier even than that picture. So that would be Mary's, her staff pick for this week. And I love that too.
Yeah, it's
So,
a cool bracelet.
Yeah, it really is.
It will work with anything you are wearing, so you don't have to worry about it.
And the cool
clashing.
thing about there's selenite, but the moonstone is peach moonstone. So there's peach moonstone and there's black moonstone on that bracelet. So yeah, those are 2 staff picks to start with. So if we're good,
Yeah, Dave, our cameras are
let's try
totally
it.
possessed. We'd probably need an exorcism on
I
them.
think, is that Dave Schrader?
Yeah.
I think we need Dave and his team to come find out what's going on. Dave
got-
Schrader, Paranormal 60, find out what's going on. And it's probably Roger's possessed. It's probably what it is. 'Cause
It's the
it
really-
couldn't be me, right? So
It's a really good camera, though. 4K cameras that track you when you're talking and walking. You just cannot make hand gestures in
so
front
it's
of
tracking all the spirits in here.
it. Yeah, it's tracking the spirits moving around.
Okay. So those are our 2 staff picks, and we're going to try to do those so often and have those in the store. Kind of copying. My favorite store used to be of all time. What was it? Do you know?
SoulTopia.
Well, yeah, but I meant before. SoulTopia. Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble with
Yeah.
their staff picks off.
I spent all my money there until we could order books. Okay.
Okay.
So
you can scoot back over a little bit, Michelle.
our second one. God, here we go.
This used to be our. Okay, that was our second.
Aren't y'all glad I'm flexible? Aren't I?
This is fun. This is the fun part of life. This is the fun part of life. I don't know about
Okay.
that.
Wait,
Yeah,
I got an answer for that one.
That Sasquatch sounds like he's dying.
He is after your
Yeah.
stories you're telling over there.
Okay, so here's another example of global shifts. All right, so this is from my friend Monty and Roger's friend, Monty Farber. So he has practiced astrology for, well, I'm not going to say how old he is now, but Monty, I love you, but he has some experience in life. And he started at 19. And his wife, Amy Zerner, is also a good friend. She's an intuitive and does beautiful jewelry and sells her clothes at Bergdorf Goodman. She's a fashion designer and all kinds of wonderful stuff. She does astrology too. So this is kind of lengthy, but I'll try to kind of summarize it. So this is the astrology behind why there are global shifts going on right now. And he teaches his classes for us online. We've wrapped one up, in February or something like that. So the global demand, Monty says, for change, even if it means taking drastic actions to achieve it, is rooted in the pandemic lockdowns that imprison millions. Now, this is his opinion, not necessarily the opinions of SoulTopia. I'm kidding, Monty, sort of. That imprison millions, destabilized economies, and damage the social contract between we, the people, and the governments that were supposed to serve our interest. Astrologically, we can see the profound changes we all feel at every level of daily life in these planets, Saturn, Pluto, and today, Jupiter. Changing signs, a truly rare and powerful phenomenon. Saturn, whose other name in mythology was, do y'all know? Anybody? Chronos, as in chronometer, rules time. Well, I'm out, because I'm never on time and I don't think about time at all, about anything, right? Okay, so it rules time. And I think we can agree that time has been out of joint lately after Saturn completed its 2.5 years in the sign of Aquarius, right? the age of Aquarius. One of the two signs it ruled until the rediscovery of the planet Uranus in 1781, which, by the way, the Sumerians knew Uranus 5,000 years ago. So like they've known about this. And it entered the watery, hard to pin down sign of Pisces, probably the most psychic sign. Got it all over my chart. Wish I didn't. You can have it. Pisces this March 7th. Jupiter leaving Aries and entering Taurus today will place strong emphasis on material needs, values, and financial matters. But it was Pluto leaving the sign Capricorn where it had conjoined with Saturn. It's a little complicated, but for y'all who love the astrology, and a lot of you do that listen to the show, where it conjoined Saturn to symbolize the start of the pandemic, and Pluto's entrance into the sign Aquarius on March 23rd, that's what's had the most effect on all of us. And he says, the shift has hit the fan. That'd be a good name for the show. The shift has hit the fan. Okay, the age of Aquarius is no longer just an old song. It is our daily reality, profound change at all levels, especially technology. And I didn't talk to Monty, but guess what he just brings up? With artificial intelligence seen as potentially desirable given the lack of intelligence seen in so many people. Monty's on a roll, right? Yep. People whom we thought knew better. Developing one's spiritual life and intuition is one of the best ways to navigate this time. So it's what he taught us in astrology is, and I think it was during, I'm not sure if you lay it over right now, the chart, but, and y'all can correct me, I think we've already gone through it. I don't think we're still in it. But if you laid over the chart, it was almost exactly like 1776. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there were the planets were almost aligned, as they were in 1776.
It's a planet alignment for the time.
And so because of that planet alignment, I mean, what happened in 1776?
Pretty big shift.
Yeah, big shift. And a lot of people wanting change and wanting, and shift happened, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So this is Monty Farber and Amy Zerner, and they have written countless books, decks. We sell many in our store, and very good friends of ours. So that's Monty's take on it. You can get readings from Monty for your business, for your life, for anything. He's intuitive, but he also knows more about astrology. I'd say Monty Farber and Teresa Reed more than anybody I know. Yep. So thank you, Monty, for that. So yeah, and it was fascinating when he told us how much it was exactly aligned with what happened in 1776. Not the same things happened, but the planets being in alignment. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So
is there a time? Did he mention? Is there like? Do we come out of this at some point? Do things go back to? I don't even know what normal would be.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, like is this a period of time that he sees changing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and I can't remember. We'll get him on and go into it more because I'd like to go into what, like exactly our perceptions changing and what our perceptions are with what Brandy and I talked about. Because as an attorney and her as a profiler and working on cases, we know that our perceptions. You can get 20 people testifying on the shirt that Matt's wearing. If you didn't see him again, we'd get 20 people describing something different, even though they all said the same thing. So that happens.
What shirt am I wearing?
That's
pink.
That happens in cases all the time. And then we'll get Monty on to explain more exactly. It's fascinating, but a little complicated. But we always come out of it, but because the planets move and they shift, unless you think it's the end of the world. Which was the same thing with me, all growing up, because of the way I was raised. It was always going to be the end of the world. I've heard it about, I don't know, 10 times.
Yeah.
While growing up. In my family.
Always. Well, that's because they have blocks of time, whether they're 10-year, 20-year blocks of time, where things kind of repeat or change and come back around. So if you think about it, in 20 years, so like in say 2020, what our normal, or 2000, what our normal was compared to what our normal is in 2020 is
The new normal.
The new normal is not the same, but it's normal. So you got to think about it now in 2030, when the next normal kicks around, it'll be totally different also.
And it depends on how you break it down, because it will change and we'll come out of it, but we're going to definitely come into something different.
Right now, the shift is in the 2023. I was watching a guy the other day and he was talking about it, and it says we're kind of in this shift, a pattern of where it's been down, but it'll be like 2030 before it's back up.
Are you talking the economy?
Not the economy, just the energy of everybody,
okay.
not just the economy and stuff, just the people overall.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that in a year things aren't getting better, because the things will be better than it was last year, because things are on that swing, because it's kind of like a pendulum swing, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think about
correction.
which size you're on. Or you're on the really everything's rosy or everything's shit.
Yeah. So duality, polarity, and there's always these corrections being made, and there are supposedly corrections made every 2,000 years. Right.
Yep.
And that's in a lot of religions too. I mean, it's definitely in the religion I was raised in, which was Protestant or Christianity. So
It's
talked
Chicken
about.
Little. Chicken Little. The
What is
sky
it?
is falling.
I know that's what you think.
The sky is falling. Not Chicken Little from Loopy Tortillas, which is very good to dinner.
You need food.
I do.
That is a good place
I
to
like
eat.
that place, and I
don't
like
even
the
know
chicken.
what y'all
I like
talking
chicken.
about.
I like that. The meal's good. It's the right size. You got a little chicken. You get a little rice. Get a little beans.
What are you talking about?
Loopy Tortilla. We go over there all the time.
Too spicy.
It's not too
Oh,
spicy.
come on now.
Okay.
That's why you got to throw extra spice on it.
Okay.
Yes. Now what you got?
What'd you bring me the other day? And I
Oh, I freaking
I-
bring her
I-
plain Jane chicken tortilla or chicken enchiladas. She ate one bite. Oh, these are too spicy.
well, I like Lubies.
I mean, are you kidding me? It was just chicken in a tortilla with some cheese.
Where do they come from?
Mina's.
Yeah.
They're not
Spicy
spicy.
food.
No, they're not spicy.
Spicy Foods R Us.
No, they're not spicy.
Anyway, thank you for bringing them. I didn't want to tell him. I scrape all the sauce off. Then I thought, okay, the
It was
rice
sour
would be
cream
good.
sauce.
The rice was spicy. Then we got, I don't know.
Somebody told me once that honey was too spicy for them.
Oh.
Honey was spicy.
Okay.
I got her KFC.
Yeah, he
I
did.
got here's the other one. I got her KFC, and she likes KFC original. Well, didn't have original. They had crispy. Oh, this is spicy. What did you get me? I'm like, it's the same thing. It's just crispy.
Just crunchier.
It's just crunchy.
No, it's spicy. They have spice.
No, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Don't make me bring the Colonel in here and ask him. It's only 11 spices.
The kernel's causing all the energy shifts. Okay, so let's do our
Number 3.
staff pick, and this is our giveaway, right?
This will be the giveaway too.
Who chose this one?
This was chose by Lacey, one of our new employees in Frisco. So this is Temple of India cones and incense sticks. All right.
I have a picture of it here.
This
So-
is the best smelling stuff.
It is. Not only we know the people who actually created this, they're from India, obviously,
It's
but
his formula, though.
in his formula, he actually started packaging because this is the scent that they actually burn in all the temples. Okay, and that's why it's called India Temple Incense.
It's his scent, or just this?
No, that's how he created it. Was from the temples in India. This is what the
cool.
smell is.
Okay.
And when you come to a SoulTopia location, unless they've snuck us extra stick of something else in, but people come in there, it smells so good in here. It smells so good. This is why. This is what we
It's
burn.
not a Sasquatch hanging from
No,
here.
it's
Yeah,
not a
it's not
Sasquatch
that.
air freshener.
For sure.
Not
Like
a Sasquatch
100%
air
not.
freshener hanging from Michelle's rearview mirror. No, it is.
Well, now it's in the floorboard.
It is this. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
Floorboard.
Oh,
Of the car.
figures. But anyway, this is our giveaway also for the evening. You want here? I got the question ready.
Okay, yeah. So
Where
we're watching-
do
so
I
wait,
want-
Where do they have to answer? On
On
YouTube, right?
the SoulTopia YouTube page, if you're watching right now, leave a comment there. If you're watching on Facebook, go over to the SoulTopia. There should be a link if you're watching on Facebook to go over there. But if not, just go to YouTube and type in SoulTopia. You'll find us live right now. It should pop up right away because we are live right now.
Yep.
And jump into the comments, and that's where we will be watching for the answer.
And make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like.
Thumbs up, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff.
You can make it move back and. I made that happen. Okay, what's
Ready?
the question?
All right, question is, where do I want to go for my birthday? We just talked about it.
We did.
What
Are
I want
y'all
to go
taking
do?
your drones?
What do I want to? Yes, mine's in the car now to go. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
we're
literally
watching.
said it just a few minutes ago.
How specific did
Kelly Torres, bam,
got
she
it.
was like
Right on
fast
top of
too.
it.
What'd she
Bigfoot
put?
hunt.
Bigfoot, but that's not where. That's
No,
what.
that's it. That's what I want to do. I want to go Bigfoot hunt. I don't care
Okay.
where it is.
Well, the question was where.
I said where. What do I want to do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, Kelly,
hunt.
congratulations.
Squatching.
We
Yeah,
can
even
mail
Dave
it,
knew.
or-
See, Dave knew. Squatching. I want to go do a hunt with Dave too, but
Okay,
he's
y'all-
always doing other
Well,
stuff,
here-
other places. Can't you do one in Texas, Dave?
You can do one at SoulTopia. Well, y'all can go do an East Texas.
How about Goatman Bridge?
Let's go.
Jefferson. We could do Jefferson.
Oh,
not
Jefferson
going
is
to
Jefferson.
go.
is
Jefferson's
a
got
good.
some good stuff
My
in
first
Jefferson. I've
wedding
seen some
was in
stuff in
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
No.
We
You
can't
don't
take
have to-
Michelle though.
You don't have
She
to go,
gets-
but I'll go. Yeah, Jefferson's great. You could do ghost hunting and squatch hunting at the same time out there.
We rented the whole town of Jefferson. My mother did and Dad did. I'm serious. Like every bed and breakfast, that one that burned to the ground.
Well, it's still a lovely town.
It is such a beautiful town.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really is. Okay, so Kelly, you know the drill. You can email.
I'm putting it in here now for her.
Okay, or you can come pick it up. And it's at the Carrollton location, but if you wanted to go to Frisco or to Bishop Arts to pick it up, just let us know. Okay, we have time for readings.
We do.
Yeah. I do want to thank Brandy, Rochelle, and Monty Farber for giving us a little insight into some of the what
cool.
reasons that shifts are happening.
It was nice of them to do
Yeah.
that. That was very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's give the week's readings. And are you going to participate, Matt?
I will.
Thank you.
Yes.
That'd be great. So why don't you or Roger explain the rules?
Sure. So we are doing 1, 2, 3. So pick a number now, and one person will read for that number, and that will be your message for the week going forward. 1, 2, or 3. Think about it, feel it, and pick it now, and don't switch.
Oh, no.
All right. While we're doing this and they're picking a number, do you want to hear my story for the day?
Yeah.
Because this is actually really good. We're talking about ghost hunting too. I didn't even tell you this earlier. So, and I could blame this actually on really being up really early because I had Loki and Thor dropped off at the vet at like 7 a.m. And you know, it's like way too early for me to be up at 7 a.m. But I was actually up at 6:30 to run them over to the vet.
Wow.
Even got there early. However, as I'm walking through the empty store, because you know, because I
Up here?
take them to the PetSmart that's
Uh-huh.
right here, because you know they have the Banfields in the back.
Yeah.
What
And they
empty
open it.
store?
There's nobody shopping at
Oh,
PetSmart.
Oh,
like
It's
well,
empty.
It wasn't
It's
just me.
empty.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
went.
I thought you meant.
empty.
It's
yeah,
PetSmart. It's PetSmart, so they're not open that early, right? So
Okay.
there's nobody in there.
Okay.
And actually, I was the second person. There was 2 workers and then me in there. That was it. So I drop them off. They take them. They get them all back. So I'm walking back out, and I was checking some stuff out, and there was a black image that just walked across the aisle and down the aisle. And I was like, "Wait, did somebody's dog get out?" And
Was
I
it
went and
small?
looked. No, it was about I'd say about 20 inches tall. Black figure went around walking right down,
Like how long? Like a.
like dog size,
Okay.
like a small boxer size, but black. And I like looked, nope, no dog.
So
I was
you're a
kind of wondering a dog
sitter.
or bigger, small dog, big cat-ish. Maybe I said boxer, but smaller than a boxer. You know, the small one, bigger than Loki and Thor. just a black shadow of an animal walking around in their store. So something at some point probably passed in the store and still hanging out there.
Did it look at you?
It was because I was going down the aisle, you know how they had the different things stacked up, and I caught it as I was coming across, and I was like, wait, was that? And I go back to look, and it was already gone. Yep.
I believe it.
Yep. So that was my morning. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Did you mention that to them?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, we did to our doctors though. We've
Yeah.
told you
Yeah,
that
you told
right
that
there.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got 2. I'm like, y'all, this is a new building. Y'all are killing people up in here. I'm not sure if I want to come. All right, so
I would be curious to know if the people at the store
I've seen it before.
have seen thing or have had things happen.
it
you
would
know,
be interesting.
Yeah, I would have
Toys or
asked
something
this
like that
afternoon,
for
but they had like, you know, by the time I got back over there this afternoon, it was pickup time, so they were like
Yeah.
a bunch of people. All right, so
I'll go first.
you'll go first. So
Oh wait, did we say who's doing 1, 2, 3?
We didn't. I mean,
Nope, but I
Okay.
guess you're doing number 1.
I'm doing number 1. So if you chose number 1 for the week, here's your reading from the Reflective Tarot by U.S. Games, right? Published by U.S. Games. All right, so it's like pocket size. I like it. Okay, so number 1. This week, in general, if you pick number 1, look for new beginnings with your money and ways to do things and ways to look at how you're spending your money, how you're saving your money, and how you can make more. It's an ace, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. So aces are good. When we read cards, I don't ever see, unless there are cards around it, a 1-card pull of an Ace of Pentacles is going to be a steady answer to, if you're doing well, you're going to do, there'll be another opportunity presented to you. You probably should consider it. If you're not and you're having some issues financially, which a lot of people maybe are right now, look for new beginnings, because they should be showing up for you right now. And they're literally, can you hold that up? It's hard because of the glare. It's a reflective tarot.
These are
right?
called reflective tarot. Yeah.
But that hand coming out with that coin is like the hand of God coming to you, or source coming to you and providing something for your sustenance and the material things that you need on earth. Okay?
Yep.
So it's a positive card regarding your finances for this week.
Yes. All right, Matt, you want to do number 2s?
Sure, I'll do number 2s. I'm using the oblique strategies, and I like this one. This is very simple, and in fact, one of the words is simple. It is simple subtraction. Simple subtraction. So number 2s this week. I think it's, to me, it feels pretty clear that this is the week to get rid of the thing that's been holding you back, whether that's a bad habit, whether that's a change that you've been needing to make, whether that's someone you need to maybe distance yourself from. Don't overthink it. Just whatever the thing. I'm sure if you're a number 2 and I'm talking to you right now, there's probably something that immediately popped to mind that you think has been bothering you or holding you back a little bit, and it's time to just simply let it go. Subtract.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Good one.
That's good. All right, number 3s. I got the 3 of Wands for all you number 3s. 3. How about that?
Yeah, I like it.
All right. What I like about this card, though, is for this week, y'all's been thinking, it's been in your mind, you're thinking about it, you've been contemplating, but you're not jumping to and creating the action. This week, what I need you to do and what you need to be focused on is actually start creating the action of getting your ass in gear and start that
You
project.
smiled at me behind the mic.
I know, because I was waiting until I got smacked or didn't get smacked for that one.
I'm not going to smack you.
You'll see me flinch from her. But it's
Kicking him out of
this
the
is a
head.
good week for you. Your energy is to get things started. You've been putting off, whether it's a trip or a project you're working on, you've been putting this off, but this week is actually the perfect week to put that energy into it and get motivated into moving that next step forward.
Great. What deck were you using, Roger?
Oh, I was using the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith Tarot for
That's
U.S.
published
Games.
by U.S. Games
Games
also. All right. So shout out to U.S. Games. Allison
US.
D. Nicola and Lynn Sparrow.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so
What you got?
that's it.
That's it?
Really? I'd love to talk more about shifts happen, but we don't have time for that.
Oh,
So
we don't
maybe
have
on
time.
another show.
But next week we
Yeah.
got Nicholas Pearson on.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we haven't had him on. We've known Nicholas we met him a while ago, and we just kind of reconnected with him.
So he spoke.
Yep, easy for you to say. Somebody smoked.
He spoke at Tide. He wasn't a keynote speaker, but he maybe should be. He is a geologist and a crystal guy. But what is so fascinating about him is his major is in geology.
Yeah,
So he knows the science behind the crystals.
he
not
knows the
just
science
woo.
behind the magic.
He does. That's a great way of putting it. And
Nicholas, you can use that.
I have all his books because I'm a bit of a fangirl. And so, yeah, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
So
That-
he'll be on next week.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. Also, this Sunday is the Psychic Fair at all SoulTopia locations, plus online. So you can do Zoom readings. You can actually come to one of the stores. I'll get that live tonight, so it'll be live in the morning for y'all. I'll send an email out so you can pre-book, because you definitely want to do that, especially if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go in, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. No, we're going to be booked up, so you make sure you get online and pre-book for your favorite readers, healers. Get a couple of them if you want to. It's all okay.
Yeah.
But I'll get those all set up tonight for everybody so they can get that get started on it. And that is this Sunday, all locations, and it is the website will be SoulTopiaPsychicFair.com.
Did you say we have Zoom readers?
We do have Zoom readers.
Okay.
Yeah, Barrett. Barrett. I talked to him today. He's all ready.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So if you can't
Barrett's
come,
ready.
you can get a Zoom reading online at a discounted price. So
That's right.
to get to know our readers. And if y'all want to be a part of Roger's birthday, just get in touch with Matt. He'll be planning the trip. I'll be posting that later for y'all.
I didn't know I was getting.
Yeah, you're the birthday coordinator.
event planner.
Yeah, you're the birthday coordinator for that Sasquatch trip.
However-
And then those of you who want to go to the spa, you can contact me.
Well, I was going to say, because
kidding.
Newt's is like,
I'll go.
what's Newt's like just over a month from my birthday, and that's in Portland.
It's not a bad spot to go.
And Washington was the number one spot for Bigfoot sightings. So we could just go early for my birthday. I mean, we can go. We're already going to be in Portland anyway before Newt's. NorthwestTarotSymposium.com. So we'll already be there for Newt's anyway. We'll just stay a few extra weeks and we'll go.
That's
Bigfoot hunting.
Thanksgiving after that, though.
Thanksgiving's after our birthday.
Oh, that's true. It's like November 5th.
Go brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have to camp out?
No. In a motorhome.
Oh, no.
In a motor. We're going to
No,
big,
seriously,
nice.
motorhome? When you did your documentary,
we were at a house. We were at a house up in the mountains
Last cabin on the left.
in Washington.
Was
on
it the last
Olympic-
cabin on the left?
It almost was. It was up a private road or something like that. I mean, there was only a few houses on this road, and it was almost at the very top of this road that went up a mountain. So it was
So Matt did a
very
great
eerie,
documentary.
very eerie place.
Yeah.
See, motorhome better than the last cabin on the left, or cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, I laughed through that whole movie. That was so boring.
Well, there was a
Cabin in the
reason
Woods.
we were laughing.
Well, you got to put yourself out there if you want to find them.
That's right.
Has
I'm telling you.
anybody ever found one?
Yes, there's videos just the other day.
Gosh. We don't have
Lots of
time.
videos.
We don't have
Dave
time.
on's here still, or is he gotten off? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll watch all his shows to see if they've been found, and your documentary, because I'm serious. Matt Stoker at.
That's not.
All right.
Will not be giving out my email address on. You can find me if you want to find me, but
Yeah, he'll be planning the birthday party.
I don't know that I mean, if I plan it and one doesn't show up, is that considered a failure? Have I failed? If it.
No, we just have to do it
no,
again.
We'll just
and
do it
you
again.
and everybody else who's ever lit for the thing.
Yeah.
Well, they have videos. We have drones. We both have drones.
Yeah.
I got an infrared camera that hooks up to my iPhone. I'll
we
throw
go.
my iPhone, my infrared.
We'll find them.
My
Okay.
buddy's got one of those big infrared for his gun. I can take it.
We'll shoot
We'll
'em.
be out there with it.
How many people are we taking?
I
I know we're over, but how many people are we taking?
don't know, 12, 13.
That's all you want for your birthday?
I don't care. Ever how many was going to show up?
Limited to 20 people, and I'll get y'all
I'm
some
at
Massey
20.
Lexi, Clay,
Plus-
there's 2.
Plus one, Bigfoot has to show up too.
Yeah.
Leave a spot for him.
Yeah.
We
okay.
just need to make sure we have cake enough for 25 people. Do you think that'll cover?
Or unless the thing gets it.
Well, that's okay. We'll get good videos.
Speaking of, Cocaine Bear was pretty good.
Cocaine Bear was funny.
But
We'll go watch it
do
again
not
tonight.
watch the Guardian of the Galaxy thing because it needs a trigger warning.
It
Because
was sad.
They abused that little raccoon and they
was
humanized
sad.
him, so it needs a trigger warning of animal abuse and child abuse because it feels like the same thing. Just letting you know.
It was. I enjoyed it, but it definitely affected. I was not ready for it to be as sad as it was.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to watch that one by myself. She's already told me she wasn't going to watch it.
Okay, so thanks for joining us. And next week we'll be here with one of my favorite crystal people and authors and great guy, Nicholas Pearson. And until then, we will have a good week. And I can't even wrap up the show. But we've had fun talking to everyone tonight.
Yeah.
All right?
Y'all have a good
Good night.
evening. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a SoulTopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/SoulTopia Holistic Boutique.